ואני לא הרואה. מי זאת עולה מן המדבר,
מי זאת עולה מן המדבר,
מקוטרת מור מור לבונה,
מקוטרת מור מור לבונה.
ליבתיני אחותי כלה,
ליבתיני אחותי כלה.
אני לדודי לדודי. פעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני העם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה
לך דודי לקראת קהלה הנה שבת נקרא לה 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 לך דודי לקראת קהלה הנה שבת נקרא
Kindness, being kind, oh, loving kindness, living kind. Will you choose the love inside you, been put down by what we've been through? Can you imagine what we do to one another and what we say to each other? It's all compassion. So we'll fill the world. So we'll fill the world. We will fill the world with kindness, being kind.
Shabbat shalom, folks. We're just going to ease into our service this evening with a Hine Matov, how good it is to be together. You've all come in the dead of summer. It was a really hot day today, and I just love that we have a minion that has shown up in these dog days of summer to be here. So thank you for joining us this evening. Hine Matov is on page 10. Hine Matov, Umanai, Sheberachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanai, Sheberachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanai, Sheberachim Gam how good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov u'manayim sheberachim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim sheberachim gam yachad. Together as a community, we will now formally welcome in Shabbat by lighting our candles and so bringing some gorgeous, beautiful, warm light into this space. I'd like to invite to our bima one of our newer members here at the temple, Bob Blackman, who will come up and light the candles with us. We'll sing it together. We are on page 2 for the candle blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechadlik ner shel Shabbat. At the end of our Torah portion this week, Shalach, the Israelites received directions for wearing tzitzit, these fringes that are on the corners of our talitot. We read in Numbers 15, God saying, "Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make tzitzit for themselves on the corners of their garments through all the ages. Let them attach a cord of specifically blue to the tzitzit of each corner. That shall be your tzitzit. Look at it and recall all of God's commandments and observe them. Thus shall you be reminded to observe all of my commandments and to be holy to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God." The rabbis wonder, what is it about blue specifically that there needs to be blue? Like you can have any color, white usually it is. On mine, it's so beautiful, it's gold, but there's also some blue. What is it about blue that needs to be on the corner of the talit? In the Babylonian Talmud, Rabbi Meir answers, because blue resembles the sea, which resembles the sky, and the sky resembles God's throne of glory. As it is written, above the sky over their heads was the semblance of a throne, like sapphire in appearance. In other words, Rabbi Meir is saying that in order to be mindful of God, we first have to take stock of all of God's incredible creations. I personally feel God most when I'm looking at the beauty of nature, green grass, or a gorgeous flower springing up, or maybe into the eyes of someone I love, or at my dog. I'm a big dog person. So when I'm looking at my dog, often my husband and I will look at our dog and we'll say, how did God make such a beautiful creature in your face? But seeing this, it's true. This is what makes me believe in the power of God. We're now going to take time for our Hazarat HaShavua moment, which is a moment of reflection on the week that has passed, and some time just to be quiet and still as we go into the rest of our service. I'll invite you to take this as a moment to reflect on where you're currently seeing God in your own life, and what can you do over the next 25 hours to see more of God's presence. So we'll take just a few moments. Now we will turn to page 20 for L'chad Odi as we get ready to welcome in the Sabbath bride to this holy, holy space. Together we will be singing verses 1, 2, and 9. And when we get to that last verse, 9, I'll raise my hands kind of like this, and that's your invitation to stand up and formally welcome that Sabbath bride.
Lecha lecha dodi likra likra kala pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likra likra kala pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 lecha lecha dodi likra likra kala pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likra likra kala pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Verse 1.
Shamor vezachor vedibur echad Hishme'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shem ul tiferet v'liti la 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 lecha dodi likra likra kala pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likra likra kala pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Verse 2.
Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor ha'bracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehi la 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 lecha dodi likra likra kala pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likra likra kala pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela.
We all rise for verse 9.
Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala gam besimcha
גדולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לה 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 לך לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Should all say standing right where you are as we turn to page 28 for Baruch Hu, our call to worship. La 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. You may all be seated. We'll turn now to the bottom of page 33, and I'll invite you to read the poem with me on that page. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We turn now to page 34 for Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promised land passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to go from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. So together we will metaphorically march now as we turn to page 40 and we sing Michamocha, this song of freedom together. We picture what it may have been like for the Israelites to be standing at this expanse before them, this water that was parted before them, but they had no idea that it would stay parted long enough for them to walk through it, and they had no idea what was waiting for them on the other side. So we celebrate their courage. We celebrate the courage of our people throughout time as we sing Michamocha together.
Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha ne'etar b'kodesh Nora tehilot osef eleh Nora tehilot osef eleh Malchutecha ra'u v'anecha Bokeach yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Ze'elianu ve'amru Ze'elianu ve'amru Adonai lo le'olam va'ed Adonai lo le'olam va'ed.
We'll turn now to page 42 for Hashkivenu, this prayer where we ask for comfort, we ask for safety. Every night the sun goes down and it gets really, really scary out there. We don't exactly know what's far out in the distance because we can't see it. And when we're singing Hashkivenu, we're asking God to please, please protect us from these unknowns while it's dark outside so that we can wake up tomorrow morning whole and safe and ready to face a new day.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha Me'ayim u'shalom Me'ata ve'ad olam Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
Just want to say how lucky we are tonight to have Hera with us. She is our religious school song leader, and she has worked as our ECC song leader. And Cantor Weiss is off in Israel doing an amazing concert to raise money for the southern region of Israel. And so we're really lucky that we have Hera leading with us tonight. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We'll turn now to page 46 as we get ready to pray our Amidah, our standing prayer together. We will begin by singing as one community, Adonai Sevatai Tiftach, open up my lips that I may declare your praises and pray what I need to pray. We'll start by singing that together, and then we'll take time for a silent Amidah. We'll rise now as one community, and as we're praying silently, you can pray what you need to, and then whenever you're finished, you may be seated. Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Yagitech Ilatecha Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. We'll come out of our Amidah now by thinking about those in our lives who could use some healing of the mind or the body or the soul. We've just prayed our Amidah together, and using all that power that's in our hearts, we'll turn it towards those who we're thinking about right now. Mishaberach, our prayer for healing, is found on page 253. We'll begin by singing together, and then in the middle, I'll come around and you'll have the opportunity to share the name of whoever you're thinking about, and I'll also read the names of those in our community who we're thinking about.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor Avraham Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
Tonight, our temple is also thinking about Jill Kahn, Megan Cavallari, Eitan Chaim, Woody Clark, Patrice Feinstein, Judy Fenton, Tanaz Fuladi, Shir Gaon, Felicia Glantz, Andy Hale, Helene Hale, Araj Harunian, Eric Innocenti, Marianne Klieger, Bill Kelligan, Leah Marissa Batrivka Adina Veyaakov Ruvain, Brad Londy, Kathleen Agnes McCarthy, Velvo Ben Mair, Sheila Merowitz, Tali Merowitz, Rachel Moran, Jack Olshansky, Howard Rosen, Lindy Sobel, Mabube Suleimani, Louis Soto, Paul Velick, Yehudit Bat Nechama V'Mordechai, Helena Wachtel, Marilyn Weiss, Freddie Wolf, Andy Wu, Shala Zagi, and Howard Zellico.
Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
The Jewish story is one of hope, despite. One of holding on to faith even when things feel desperate. This begins as early as in Genesis, when in Genesis 12, God tells Abraham, "Go forth from your native land, from your father's house, to the land that I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you." Can you imagine what Abraham is thinking in this moment? being called upon to leave the safety of his home for some far-off fantasy that he's not quite sure is going to turn out well for him? Or what about in the Exodus story? Up until this moment, Moses has had his share of doubt, wondering if he, with his stutter, is the right person to bring the Israelites toward freedom. He endures 10 plagues. The entire people endure 10 plagues. And by Exodus 14, the Israelites finally make their way to the shore of the Red Sea. And we read, "Then Moses held out his hands over the waters, and the waters were split. And the Israelites went on the sea on dry ground, the waters forming a wall to the right of them and to the left of them. But the Egyptians came in pursuit of them into the sea, all of Pharaoh's horses and chariots and riders." The terror that must have been going through Moses' mind at this moment, the terror that must have been going through everyone's minds. What if they catch up to us? What if the water returns to its original form while we're still in it? And even if we do cross safely, what dangers lie ahead for us once we're in the desert? From fear and doubt to moral clarity and strength to success, to destruction, heartbreak, fear and doubt, hope and strength and success again and again. This is the story of our Jewish people. And so too, it's the theme of our Torah portion this week, Shalach. In Numbers 13, God asked the 12 spies, representing the 12 tribes of Israel, to go into the land to scout it out, to see what the Israelites can expect once they enter the land. The scouts return after 40 days, and they report that although the land is beautiful, it is flowing with milk and with honey, those who inhabit it are mighty. The people who already live there are living in these giant fortified cities, and they are of astonishing size. Against them, we looked like grasshoppers to ourselves, the scouts cry. And so too we must have looked like grasshoppers to them. How many of us have felt like these scouts, up against a tremendous foe and convinced that we're going to fail before the battle even begins? I know I have. For me, I think back to when I was a college student at UC Berkeley, and a BDS bill came to a vote in the student government for the first time while I was there. I remember the Jewish students filling the Hillel building on the night of the vote, banding together in strength and solidarity, even though our opinions of support and love for Israel were definitely in the minority. Or on a slightly different note, I remember boarding a plane almost exactly 10 years ago on the way to Israel to begin my first year of rabbinical school. I was only 21 years old and definitely did not feel wise or mature enough to be on my way toward becoming a rabbi. I was scared to live in Israel for the year. I didn't yet see myself as a Jewish leader, but I stepped on the plane anyway. Let's pay attention to how the story of the 12 scouts resolves itself. Upon hearing their report, the people break into weeping. We read, all the Israelites railed against Moses and Aaron. "If only we had died in the land of Egypt," the whole community shouts, or "if only we could die right here in the wilderness." Only 2 of the scouts, Joshua and Caleb, have the courage to talk sense into the people. They basically grab hold of them and say, hold on here, calm down. The land, they say, the land we traversed and scouted, it's exceedingly good. If pleased with us, God will bring us into the land that flows with milk and honey. God will give it to us. Only you must not rebel against God. Have no fear of the people of this country, for they are our prey. Their protection has departed from them, but God is with us. Have no fear of them. In the end, God grows so angry with the scouts' report and the people and their response to them that God kills all of the spies who spread terror among the people. Only Joshua and Caleb survive. And of course, they turn out to have been right about the land. There's a lesson for us here, for all of the moments when we're feeling like grasshoppers against our foes. Perhaps it's not worth working ourselves up, getting swept up in doomsday thinking. Perhaps these moments when everything feels so heavy, so scary, and so high stakes are the precise moments when we need to push ourselves to try to step back and gain some perspective. About this Torah portion, I recently read a beautiful reflection by Rabbi Bradley Shavit Artson. He writes, when the Temple of Solomon was destroyed and the Jews were exiled, few would have expected the survival of our people. Yet we're still thriving, some 2,500 years later. We have witnessed the rise and fall of the Egyptians, the Hittites, Babylonians, Assyrians, Greeks, Romans, the Holy Roman Empire, the British Empire, the Ottoman Empire, just to name a few. They rose and fell, and we remain. He continues, as the 20th Psalm exalts, they stumble and fall, but we rise and stand firm. That there are still Jews who care about Judaism is a statistical impossibility. Yet we are still here, still passionate and still Jewish. The secret weapon of our survival is our continuing excitement and fascination with our ideas. Passionate about our relationship with God, thrilled with the challenge of doing mitzvot, energized by our values and ethics that form the core of our rich inheritance. We make ourselves eternal by linking our identity to the one who is eternal. I feel heaviness within the Jewish community. We're scared of growing anti-Semitism. We're scared of those who want to eradicate Israel. We're scared of what will happen in the November election, and I get it. I'm trying this Shabbat to remember that we make ourselves eternal by linking our identity to the one who is eternal. Perhaps God is with us in ways that we can't understand right now. And more than that, how can we be our own heroes, partnering with God to build the future that we want to see? How can we be like Caleb and like Joshua, defending our faith loudly, even when internally we're not so sure? The Jewish story is one of hope, despite, one of holding on to faith, even when things feel desperate. So let us do just that. Ken ihi ratzon, may it be so. We'll continue in our service by turning to Aleinu now, which is found on page 282. And I'll invite everyone to please rise. Aleinu leshabeach la'adon hakol, la'tei gedula leotzer breishish, shehu notei shamayim ve'yoser haaretz, uvmoshev yikaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchina tuzo begov hemeromim, hu Eloheinu einod, Va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Page 287. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, Ushamo echad. You may all be seated. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give to me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be set free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We'll turn now to our mourner's Kaddish, and we'll take time to think about those in our lives and in our community who are no longer here with us. You'll see that on our screen we have the yard site list for this week. If you are here in the first week of mourning, observing the first week of mourning, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you're thinking about. If you're here in the first month of mourning, observing Shloshim, I'll invite you to rise now and say the name of who you're thinking about. Tonight, our temple is thinking about Roy Young, Fachri Faye Novian, and Hamayun Tony Nemen. If you're in the first year of mourning, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you're thinking about. Or if you're here observing a yard site, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name. Tonight, our temple community is thinking of Jeanette Sylvia Block, Edward Cohen, and Richard K. Kovnick. We'll rise now as one community as we support those in mourning and say Kaddish as well for those who do not have anyone to say Kaddish for them. Our mourner's Kaddish is found on page 294. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabba Be'amad zivarach ruteh ve'amlich malchuteh B'chayachon u'vyomachon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'gala v'zman kariv imru amen Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam ulamei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnatseh V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei dekodesha b'richu Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nehemata, damiram b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Zikronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing. You may all be seated. Okay, before we close our service, first of all, I know we have some guests here. Is there anyone here for the first time and you'd like to stand up and introduce yourself? No. Okay. Well, welcome. If any new faces, we love to have you, so welcome to our community. And we'll also now take time for some announcements. So first and foremost, Temple Emmanuel's Early Childhood Center is registering new students right now. This is our preschool program for kids ages 2 through 6. So right before kindergarten, it meets Monday through Fridays. We take students on a rolling basis. So as soon as anyone turns 2, they're welcome to join our ECC, and we would love to have them. Courtyard Shabbat, as I opened our service by saying, we are in the dog days of summer, which means we get to have our Courtyard Shabbat starting next Friday, July 12th. It's just going to be a really nice opportunity to enjoy the summer warmth and the summer light. So instead of being in our chapel, we'll be outside in our courtyard. So join us next Friday. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Thank you. Our religious school is now also enrolling new students. So once a child has surpassed the age of our ECC, that means they are ready to join our religious school. Our program starts in TK, so ages 4 and up, really through the end of high school. And I oversee our religious school program. It's a lot of fun with music and movement and Hebrew and all sorts of things. It meets on Sunday morning. So if you know any children who are of religious school age, please send them my way and come. I'd love to answer any questions. Yoga. We have yoga happening this summer 2 days a week. Join us on Tuesdays and Fridays at 8 and 9:30 a.m. That is with Michelle Aaron right here in the chapel. So if you need some restorative peace, please join us for yoga over the summer. And that might be it. And I also, again, want to thank Hera for leading us in music so beautifully. I want to thank Jenny, who is doing our live stream this night. And I know Sarah also helped set it up. Thank you all for coming. And let's close out our service with Oseh Shalom, a song for peace. This might be a good opportunity for you to stand, put your arm around the person next to you so we can all feel like we're part of one community, really bringing in this prayer for peace.
Oseh
Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. All right, we have a yummy challah in the back, so let's say motzi together. Excuse me. Baruch atah Adonai.